Hey, how's it going? I hope your week is off to a great start. Another Time Machine Tuesday starts right now. Welcome back to Brickscale Studio. My name is Jeff. I'm so excited to have you with me today. And welcome to another Time Machine Tuesday. So we're going to continue our work on the DeLorean. So we've got a little more wire work this week, but it's all decorative again. And we're doing the driver's seat and the passenger seat. So super exciting. So let's get into the build and then we'll have a little chat after. So we have been working on the interior of the DeLorean. So we got the dash in, we got all these crazy wires. We got the steering wheel, the pedals down here, this center console, the whole, like I said, the whole dashboard. We installed this modification. The carpeting from Mike Lane Mods. And I think in the previous episode, I kept saying Mark. I apologize. I meant to say Mike Lane Mods. So in this episode, we're going to be tackling issues 49 through 52. And I believe in issue 49, we have some more wire work. So let's just get right into that and get it out of the way. Let me put this over here for the moment. Here is the magazine, so issue 49. Here are the parts, wires, cable ties, the tabs. We know the drill, right? This one, we also have the seat belts. This one doesn't look quite as crazy as issue 48, but we shall see. So here are our instructions. And then the magazine. And then it looks like next issue we are doing the driver's seat. So that's cool. So let's get into issue 49. So here are the parts. Let's get these open. Okay, so let's take a look at our parts here. So we have two seat belts here, and then we have some wires. So we have two of these black wires that appear to be the same length. Yes, so we have two black wires. Then we have this sort of black tubing. One, we have this multicolor wire. We have a red and black, which is right here. So in the instructions, this says yellow and red. However, this is yellow, red, blue, and black. So, yeah. And then we just have another black here. We have 4 cable ties. And then we have 4 large tabs and 1 smaller tab. First, we are going to be putting in the seat belts. So let me grab those. All right, so we have these 2 seat belts. And so let me put those off to the side. Let's bring over our interior here. So the first one we're going to be doing is the driver's side. Now there is a locating lug and a screw hole, so that's just going to go right down in here. All right, so we got one in, and then of course we are going to just flip it around and do the other one. Okay, that is in. All right, now we get into the fun times with the wires. So, all right, so we want to take 3 of these. This one, the red and the black, and then the multicolored, this one. So 2 of these, the black and the multicolor, they have these sort of plugs on the end. So we want those at one end, and then for the red and the black, there's sort of an end that's already twisted here. So we want that with the twisted end of the multicolor. Okay, so we want the twisted ends and the non-plug end of these. So these are going to come out this center console here. Just like so. Alright, so they want us to take one of these big tabs, and they want us to take the wires and secure them on this tab here. So let's do that now. Interesting, one side of the tab goes in with an AP screw and the other side goes in with a GP screw. Alright, there we go. So now let's get... So the other side is going in with a GP screw. Alright. Okay, so that is the first one. So we got those in. Now we want the 2 black cables with the plugs on the end. So these 2 here. So you see they have the little plugs on the end. Alright, there's so many wires. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me grab those. And I know that this is probably hard to see on camera because they've got everything happening on this back end that I need to have facing me. So this one, they want us to take these 2 wires and secure them with a tab right in this section right here. So, and that's with the tiny tab. And that's going in with an AP screw. Alright, we got it finally. Okay. So it wants us to gather all of these wires, twist tie around them, right there. Okay, so there's one. All right, we trim that off. And then, let's see, boom, boom. All right, and then it wants us to take another cable tie and secure that kind of past the seat belt. Okay. Trim that one off. Alright, so now we need to take this one, which again, the instructions say yellow and red. However, there's yellow, red, blue, and black in here. Alright, so it is kind of twisted on one end, so, and then there is sort of a square plug on this end. So I will continue this twist. So then it wants us to take that along with this black wire, try to twist them together so they stay together. Alright. So for those, it actually just wants us, well, we're going to end up putting it on this, on the driver's side, but the initial step, it wants us to take a zip, it wants us to zip tie it first. So this one, they want about there. I mean, this is all, I'm going to leave it a little loose just so I can make adjustments. So So it wants one about there, and this one maybe a little further up, and one about there. So then it wants the twisted end, and we want to go through this hole. This side's a little better. We don't have so many things competing for space on this side. Alright, so now we have that in. So this says that we're supposed to have 4 tabs with 2 holes on each end, but we actually got 3 tabs with 2 holes on each end and 1 tab with a hole and a lug. Alright, so it wants us to secure this in again with AP and GP screws. AP on the left side, GP on the right side. Makes no sense, but this time it wants us to... Again, I know this is hard to see. So this is the wire we just put through. And then this is an existing one. So it wants us to take both of these and put them right in here. So let me get an AP screw started. Okay, there. We got that going, and I almost lost my wires. So we're going to take this red wire, that's going to go down there. All of our wires that we just put through, those are going to go down there. We're going to swing this tab across, and that's going in with a GP screw. Alright, and those are going to go along here somewhere. Alright, so the last steps of this are going to be installing 2 more tabs. So we're just going to do a little wire management. So again, these are wires that we already had in from issue 48. Alright, so we got that tab in, and then it wants us to put a tab here as well. So let's do that now. We got this tab in, this tab, this tab, this tab, and this tab. So that is issue 49. So luckily, or thankfully for our sanity, issue 50, we are taking a break from wiring and we are putting in some seats. So let's get into that. I'm going to set this console aside. Alright, so here's issue 50. As you can see, we have... This is going to be the driver's seat. So we have that. Here are our instructions. The magazine. Alright, so let's get into issue 50. Here are the parts, and I definitely hear some metal in there, so my goodness. Wow. Alright. So yes, these underlying parts are metal. These are plastic, and then these are kind of a rubbery texture. Okay, so first thing we want to do, and we're going to take this metal piece, and you can see that there are these little notches, and there are notches in the seat as well. So those are just going to line up just like, well, the top one lined up really well. So yeah, you just kind of, I mean, this piece is kind of rubbery, so it's really easy to manipulate. So make sure you have all of the tabs in the notches. So we have that. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with the bottom of the seat. So I'm going to set that aside. Let's grab this and get our little sponge down in there. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Just make sure all those tabs are in there. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to flip this over, flip this, and these are going to go together just like that. And we have these little knobs. And they do have a keyhole pattern, so they can only go, let me just double check. Yeah, they can only go in one way. So we want, there we go. All right, and that just like sits right in there. Now again, even though this has a notch on it, it still wants to spin. Alright. That one is in. Alright, perfect. Alright, so now we just want to put the backs on. And those go just like so. And those are going to go in with DM screws. Alright, so there's the bottom one in, and then the top we're going in with 5 screws. Alright, so now we have that. So, we are going to, this is the driver's seat, so we're going to install this on the driver's side. So you want to make sure, so there are these 2 notches here, here and here, that are going to align with the slots here and here. So we want to make sure 2 things. One, these wires that we just put in need to go against the center console, and then we also need to make sure that the seat belt is up so we don't trap it in the seat. And then once we get the seat in, we can just kind of adjust that around. And those are going in with the HP screws, which are the flanged screws. All right, so there we have the driver's seat in. And that is it for issue 50. All right, moving on to issue 51. It's going to be exactly the same, only we're doing the passenger side. All right, so that is the driver's seat and the passenger seat in on the DeLorean. Very cool. Right, here is issue 52. Oh, yay, more wires. We love that. We have a door sill, a handbrake, a tab, some cable ties. All right. Oh, and then, yes, more wires. So here are the parts. Just get into this. All right, the door sill, the handbrake, screws, cable ties, and some more wires. Well, at least they're actually calling this multicolored this time instead of like 2 colors when there's really like 5. So we got these 3 black wires, all the same length, but these 2 are thinner than this one. We're just sort of taking all of them, and these don't have a plug on the ends, so we don't have to worry about that. So these, it just wants us to sort of bundle them together. They're all pretty much the same length. And then it wants us to zip tie them. So again, this is just kind of an estimate because they don't really... So now we've got our wires. So let me bring back the car. All right, so these are going out the back. Through this hole here. Nope, we got it. All right, so that was easier that way. So now it wants us to take off one of the ends of this tab and put these wires under here as well. So let's do that. All right, perfect. Okay, so we got that in. So now we have our brake part here. And this is going in just like so. There's a notch and a screw hole. So that's going in just, well, if I can hold it without it coming apart. So that's going in just like that, and we're going to secure it from the back side with an AP screw. All right, that is going right in there, and once I get that screwed in, I will push those wires down in. So the door sill is going in with FP screws. All right, so now we got that secured in. All right, so that is it. That is it for issue 52. So that's it for the part work for this episode. So let's get into the LEGO version. So let's get into the LEGO build. Okay, and just like that, we've finished building up here, we've built up here, we've added some trim around here, including the DMC logo. So nice. All right, that's it for the LEGO build. So let's see where we're at. Kind of a disconnect between the two this week. Again, we continue on the part work to work on this inner console and the interior of the car, and for the LEGO, we just keep adding pieces to the, well, I mean, I guess this would be the interior of the car, but this is all exterior work. So we're still building up the car. We haven't gotten to the interior portion of the LEGO yet. But that is it for this episode. And that was another Time Machine Tuesday. So pretty easy part work build this time. Again, some more decorative wires. Nothing too crazy. And with our LEGO build, we just keep plodding along. So let's do our summary really quick. For the part work build, we completed 44 steps and used 46 parts. And for the LEGO build, we completed 29 steps and used 69 parts. And so total to date for the Partwork build, we have completed 472 steps, used 366 parts. For the LEGO build, we've completed 348 steps and used 813 parts. For the next episode, we are going to be doing a little more wire work, again, decorative, I believe on the passenger side, and then we are going to be attaching the back bulkhead to the interior part of the DeLorean. So that should be exciting. Remember to like, subscribe, comment on the videos. It really helps get the channel discovered. And if you haven't already discovered the Superhero Saturday build with the 1966 Batmobile, be sure to check that out. So with that, I will see you Thursday for another LEGO build, and then Saturday for another episode of the Batmobile build. And until then, as always, happy building, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll see you soon.